hope and pray my phone does not fall. Okay. We're trying this again. Hopefully. Best course of action. Maybe Scoochy Doochie. Okay. And let us see. Uh-oh. My account. Traveling Pony is live. Let's see how the audio is sounding today. Let's see how the audio is sounding today. Okay. I think we're doing much better than the other day. Okay. Let me get the link to share this post. The link to share the post. Create post. Okay. Okay, let me make certain. Okay, I'm gonna leave this pulled up here. Okay, I think we're running, we're live. And I'm hoping the quality is 100 times better than my last live stream, but no promises. I can't say for certain. Okay, so I'm gonna have to crochet a little bit more different than I normally do with this. Okay. Let's hit it. Today is to see. I'm trying to see how low I can get with my hands. Okay, I think here should be pretty decent, I guess. The trend today is to say Skitty, are you just vibing back there, queen? Hello, I am doing all right. How are you doing today? I'm just like trying to still figure out the stream. I'm hoping the stream is better quality than the last stream I did, because I can use my phone and I took my phone case off, so hoping the audio is better than when I was on my computer, but I can't promise anything. We're just gonna finish up this little frog that I have, this leggy frog, and then we will get started on custom orders. I just got like halfway through it and figured it doesn't take too long to make these little leggy frogs, so I might as well finish one up, and then I'll have this one and then this one that just needs to be fastened off, and then do the mouth, because I'm very slowly trying to build my stock back up, very slowly. Yes, Skitty is back here. If y'all see her go crazy, do not be surprised, because I took my phone case off, because I think if you watched the last stream, then you know that like the back of my phone is completely shattered. So I'm a little scared doing this because I took the phone case off, and I literally have like y'all propped against the back wall, and then my business cards are pushed up against it so it doesn't fall. But when I do my phone, sometimes the sun from my window right there will like catch it, and then it will go up on the wall. And so when that happens, that's when you see Skitty freak out. Or I guess you guys don't get to see it, because typically I delete it out, because I'm like, do people want to see Skitty like attacking my walls because it's fairly often that she does that. Versus my other cat, Regina, literally is like, she's just sleeping on my bed, so they're just two polar opposites, which is always funny to me because Regina is a feral cat, or she was a feral cat. She no longer a feral cat. But when I got her, she was feral. And she just does not like people except me, really. And she's like the most spoiled rotten. She never does anything. All she wants to do is, yes, I'm talking about you. All she wants to do is like sleep all day long. Skitty was, I guess she was like a stray, or she was not a stray. I guess she came in, you know, her mom came into the vet clinic and everything and had her and her litter mates, and she just is crazy all the time. I have the chat actually on my computer because I can't see with the cards. So, all right, yay! I sound better today. That's what I was hoping. Not on the computer, so I think that helps. I guess I didn't realize that you had to set it up for your phone. I had no clue about that. But now I do, and I guess now it's working on my phone so I can keep live streaming on my phone opposed to my computer, because computer was also just like annoying. Oh, and she's gone. She likes to sit up on my bookshelf that has like so many books on it, but needs to like disappear because I don't have space for much of anything anymore. Let's see. So we are gonna finish up this leggy frog, and then I will tell you guys a little bit about customs that I'm doing right now. I have so many custom orders on the books. I got 2 more today. So I have like a batch of custom orders that I have on my schedule right now, and then I've had a few other people contact me about some custom orders, but I'm kind of holding off on them just because all of the custom orders I've been getting in have either been like my first time doing something or just bigger things. I do have my website. That's still open, so like I'm also trying to keep in my mind like, okay, I don't want to get like so busy that if like an order comes in on my website, I can't fulfill an order, especially if it's a bigger item. And as well, I'm doing the Saturday market tomorrow. I have 2 pickups at that market. My Sakura cow, or one of my Sakura cows, sold. My last one that I had left over from my previous market, so that one sold. And then I got my first ever online orders. I can't remember what day it was. I can't even remember what day it is, hardly. But I got my first ever online orders. And so one of them was a pickup order for this market, so I have that one done. And then the other one was a ship out order. Oh, the stitch marker just like flew. The other one was a ship out order. So I don't know if somebody from YouTube bought it or if somebody from Facebook bought it, but I was so excited when I got that out of state order. I want to, you know, I think, is it like Refined Vibes? I think she has that little checklist for the states and everything. I think that would be cool to do. Granted, I'm very small business, so I don't have that following, but I think it could be something fun to fill out and do. I think the person was like in a neighboring state, which that was also cool, and then made me think a little bit more about what I had my shipping costs set at, because I paid a little bit more out on the shipping than I had down. I think that's like my hardest thing is figuring out shipping cost. I can't do that. It's the most confusing thing in the world to me is shipping costs. Okay, let's get the legs on this dude. Well, and then I have to bring a replacement leggy frog tomorrow. Somebody somehow ripped an eye out. of one of their leggy frogs, so they're gonna trade me the leggy frog back, and then I can still use it for something, just take the other eye out probably, and then embroider the eyes. And then I made another one and like reinforced it so much. I put a ton of hot glue on that sucker. So if they get the eye out, I can't really help them there. Hello. Hope you're doing good. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was a little crazy, I guess you could say. You are a natural. Thanks. I feel like I've always been in front of a camera, so well, I guess maybe not, but I'm just very natural being in front of cameras. It does not bother me one bit. I do a little bit of social media content creations as well for some other brands. So I'm fairly confident recording myself. And I have no shame. I feel like I've been recording myself since I was a kid. I mean, I tried to get on America's Got Talent when I was like 7, so there's really no shame in me. You were close. My name is Carrie, but you were close. But welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm just working through this leggy frog, and then we will go over some of my customs, because a few of my customs I'm getting in have some stories to them, and one of them is a very personal story to me, so we will not cry. Okay. Hello from Hawaii. That is so cool that people all over the world watch my stuff. It just blows my mind. I hope it's at least nicer, because let me tell you, it's not very nice right now. I hate winter. I wish I could go somewhere where it was like sunshine and warmth 24/7. How do you figure out craft pricing? Do you mean how I figure out how I price my plushies? Because I absolutely am horrible at that. I'm the worst. When it comes to pricing things, if it's something like this, like my little leggy frogs, I do, and I will embroider a face. I'm just like getting stuff done. My leggy frogs I do for $12, because like in my mind I try and think like, okay, how much would I personally spend? And I'm using Bernette. Bernette. And guys, I got Bernette in green, and this is the baby Bernette, but I got like the normal Bernette in green. I'm a hater very much. So, but in terms of big things, I think sometimes I price too low. I am doing a custom right now that is not in my room. It's actually downstairs, but when y'all see it, you are going to flip your mind. It's a puppet. I didn't know you can make crochet puppets, but it's a puppet, and I think it's from the TV show Bluey, Blue something. It's called Unicorse. These people were asking for this custom for like the longest time, and they finally contacted me, and I priced this custom way too low. I think I did it for $55, and I mean, like, when you see this thing, you're gonna be like, I mean, personally, I am extremely proud of myself, because this is by far the most complicated things I've ever done. I think I did about 50 tendrils of hair on it, and so much sewing, and I have to crochet the eyes. That's pretty much my last thing, is crocheting the eyes, I think, and then sewing. But it's an actual puppet, like legit puppet for somebody. I priced it at $55, extremely low, like way too low. I think I used half a skein of Sweet Snuggles Life on its mane alone. So I'm not the best at pricing, but when I get into like sewing things, I kind of have a general idea. And what you'll see is, if you watch my videos where I go through like what I'm bringing to markets, you'll kind of see that there's a very familiar theme with all of my items. once they get to a certain height or size, they kind of hit the same mark. So like my cows that everyone sees, I think I do those at 50, and then like the elephant that I do, which is the same price, or this, yeah, it's the same price and it's a similar size. I do it at 50. So a lot of times things that are same price, guys, same size, I will do at a similar price. My newest unicorn I did from Crochet Grove was about the same size, but had a lot more crocheting with the hair tendrils, because I also added more and did more colors. That one I charged like 55, but pricing is definitely hard. I am the worst when it comes to anything regarding money or any of that. Like there's some people who like calculate stuff. Girl, that's not me. No. I'm like, well, that looks like it could be this. Sometimes it bites me in the butt. And so when it bites me in the butt, then the next time if I get a same order, I up it. Like if I had to do this particular puppet again, it would be like $70 or something, because I put 3 days into it so far and I'm not done. So it's big, but pricing. Oh, and just like this, I'm gonna really hope I say your name right, because I'm the worst at pronunciation, because I have a little bit of a speech problem. I just try and hide it for y'all. Margaret is right. It also depends where you live. I live, trying to think, like I'm north of Atlanta. So being by like the city and stuff, my people around me are going to be really different than if I was like down in South Georgia. Girl, like there's no way anybody would be paying these prices. Like there's no way. So okay, let me see, because God, I need to shut my mouth. I speak so much. Let's see, and I have it on my computer so I can read the chat. Like I said, my business cards are holding my phone in place. Hello everyone. What is my favorite plushie? So my favorite plushie that I've made, I'm super impartial to my cows that I've made. Granted, they aren't like my pattern. My goal into the upcoming year is play around with patterns, but paint eyes. I'm going to be painting eyes once I get through these custom orders in Christmas. I have so many ideas for safety eyes painting. Like I'm gonna start making the cows with hand painted eyes, where I will personally paint sunflowers in different designs on the eyes. So I kind of have like that in mind. So I think if I can do that, it will just like really step certain items up more, because I will just custom make all my own eyes and possibly sell them. I don't know. We'll see how it's going. But I would say probably cows. I like cows. If I'm having a rough day, I would say my go-to is cows. So I'm impartial. What can I say? Horses are fine. I'm actually going to be doing my first horse tonight. We're going to get started on it. So, hi, love your energy. Love from, oh my God, Alaska. We got Hawaii. We got Alaska. We got everyone in here today. It's been off and on. Okay, yeah, well, that's how it is in Georgia. It rains all the time in the winter. Posted. Yes, I did post a, oh my God, you guys can't see it, but Skitty's trying to jump in that box right there. I did post a work in progress of the puppet. It has grown in size. I think the picture I posted of like me doing the mane was like the first row of mane, and then I went up around the head, and then I went right back down. Girly Pop, will you please calm it down back there? I mean, the energy is off. Don't attack the box. But so yes, I did post a web. I'm hoping Probably not tomorrow because I am doing the market and I'm hoping to actually go walk around another market. But I'm hoping Sunday I will have that one done, and then that will be one off the custom list. Oh yes, the felt eyes. So my big thing with the felt eyes is I have enjoyed them. Just be really careful when you're hot gluing them. Because I think I use hot glue. I was trying to figure out how I could hand sew them, but I still haven't quite figured out how that's gonna work with hand sewing. So that's my plan, is like once I can sit down and really have like a test at one of them, is figuring out how to hand sew and hot glue them. When you glue them, just be careful because they do crease fairly easily. So you kind of like, when I glue mine, I kind of go, okay, I don't have any up here, but what can I use? Okay, here, this is bigger. Okay, so like when, say this was an eye, I would go one side, the edges first, press it down, then middle, very gently lifting it, and then the other side, because they will crease, and they will crease and they will be noticeable with creasing. And my other only biggest complaint I had was it did take a while for me to get the eyes, and I do not live like insanely far away, but it did take a little bit because I was actually gonna order more for Christmas, and I just decided not to because I think it took like 3 or 4 weeks to get here. It was a while. But overall, I really like the eyes. I just would be careful with the creasing, definitely, because I've learned once you have a crease mark in them, it will not go away. Just word of the wise. I learned that the hard way. And I feel like I honestly barely like lifted it a little bit and it creased down the middle. So, but they are definitely great for any like sunflower type theme things. Some people make some crazy felt eyes. I don't use felt eyes enough where I can justify like buying a large quantity of felt eyes versus those sunflower cows. I really just did that because somebody asked me if I can make a baby safe sunflower cow, and I said yeah, and I didn't want to just do a boring eye. I wanted it to be a little cuter, so I opted to do those eyes. But okay, let's get us done with, oh my lordy. Finish up this leggy frog, and then we are going to start this custom. Woo! Oh my gosh, my dog is barking. I'm sorry if y'all hear that. But let's see, I'm trying to think. I'm doing 2 bunnies as well with a pattern I personally never used before, and it's in UK terms. That's kind of blowing my mind. I sat there and I was reading the pattern this morning, and it said double crochet, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is gonna be like huge. And then I read through the guide, and I guess double crochet is single crochet in American terms. It honestly blew my mind when I heard it, I guess you could say, read it. I was like, what? I don't understand. So, alright, we only got a few more rows. Ooh, my Christmas list is to get an actual chair that's not straw to sit on. Because this chair kills me when I sit for too long. Okay. And I will also, we can go over through some of my other custom orders that I have on my books right now. I tell y'all about it and kind of go through that. I am just awaiting payment well, I don't usually do deposit if it's for friends, but I don't know this person, so I am awaiting payment to start the bunnies. Because I do not know them. Okay. Yeah, I've never before done a pattern with UK terms. And God, it's like I'm gonna have to print it a whole like separate sheet out just to try and make sense of things. Oh, my dogs. Any tips on getting so I think the custom orders 99% of the time, I would say I have some of my things are from family and friends. That's just how it is. Like this one that I'm doing after this is from a friend of mine for their mother. A few other ones are from acquaintances. Maybe it's just because pretty much anyone I talk to is is a middle-aged woman and they all have kids, so they always are like, "Oh, can you make this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But the other thing is, I will say that if you do markets, it will always help. Even the farmers markets will help, but I would actually say doing this past super big market, and I literally sat there every single time, and I do this at farmers markets, but every single time somebody would come up and be like, "Hey, I want to get this, da 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 da." Every single time they were checking out, I said, here's my business card. I do custom orders. Check out my website. Anything you can think of, I can do it. And I gave out so many business cards that day. I think I had ordered 200 business cards, and I think I only came back with 100 business cards. I had ordered 100 care cards, and I only had 10 left. So I had a lot of people take cards, and I talked to quite a few people who wanted customs. The one with the puppet, she was there, and I told her straight off the bat, I said, if you're actually serious about this, you have to contact me tonight or tomorrow. And she did. She actually contacted me like, I was still at the market, but I think she contacted me at 5 p.m. that night. So I put her on the books pretty much right away. But honestly, getting yourself out is like the best thing. And then just push the marketing in terms of like anytime someone asks you, just say, like, I can do customs. I'm very comfortable reading patterns. So pretty much if there is a pattern for something, I can make it. I used to be really scared of foundation chain type stuff. I've gotten much better at foundation chains. A lot of things I do now at times are foundation chains, so I'm much more comfortable with that. So it kind of like took out a factor of customs that I wasn't maybe comfortable doing with a pattern. But now that I'm good at foundation change, I don't care. And then the other thing too, Facebook Marketplace, hit or miss. But I have a few things on Facebook Marketplace. I don't sell as much there as I get people who message me and go, "Hey, I saw you have this for sale, but can you do this?" I've had quite a few people on Facebook actually reach out to me in the past week about doing certain things, but I've not done them, or I'm uncertain, because sometimes on Facebook you get a different crowd, and like, not everyone wants to pay for things, and especially with Christmas, I just have this thing that I'm not gonna rush orders, or I can rush an order, but if I rush it and put it ahead of every single other order I have, then you will be charged. Because that's just not, I can rush things, but I kind of have a list. And I don't really want to, like, if I change my list every single time I got an order in, then, you know, that really wouldn't work out. But definitely marketing at markets. Any single time someone asks me, I just push market myself, just market, not in an obnoxious way, but I have probably a more outgoing personality than some people, and so I can always find a way to incorporate something into a conversation, and not in a exaggerated marketing way, just having a nice conversation with somebody. It's fairly easy for me. It's because I've been in sales since I was like 14. I've been selling something since I was a kid. All the time. Okay. Woohoo. Okay, I got these two-legged froggies done. They still need their face, but my black yarn is downstairs, I think. I have so much yarn upstairs, but I'm fairly confident my acrylic black yarn is downstairs. So, let's pull up this custom. We're going acrylic yarn. We're going to be using, I love this yarn in this burnt pumpkin color. I love this yarn in Gray Beard. This, which might be I love this yarn. I honestly can't tell you, but it's kind of like a tan. And white. But I'm not too worried about the white right now. Main color is going to be burnt pumpkin. So this will be my first time ever doing this pattern, as well as doing a horse. And I'm doing acrylic yarn because the size of this thing would be absolutely crazy if I did plush. They would be, I think without plush and it being acrylic weight will be like over a foot tall, but I can only imagine with plush yarn. All right, let's pull this bad boy up. Crochet. Where are you, horse? I've got so many patterns up right now on my thing that it's a little much. Okay. Horse. Horse pattern. There is so much sewing. Okay. So I did not do 4-H. 4-H is fairly common down here because I'm in the South. We actually have a massive 4-H show in Georgia down in Perry. So, and that's like huge 4-H, like tons of 4-H stuff. I did not do 4-H when I was a kid. Oh my God, I feel like so old. I'm not that old. But I wanted to get into showing my horse and doing it a little bit more competitively, and my parents just flat out told me, they're like, we're not going to pay for things. You need to figure out how to pay for your stuff. And I was 14, 15, somewhere around that range. And so basically, and I've always been this way, just me, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start working. So I started working as a groom at horse shows. And those were like, I would get up at 4 a.m. and work all day long and finish at the horse show at like 9 p.m. every weekend almost out of the year from March or February until December. And I got money that way. And then I took the money that I made from grooming and turned around and invested that money into purchasing horses and ponies. And then in turn, I would take those ponies. They usually were not very broke horses, and they probably weren't very kid safe, but I would buy them. And like I got one pony for, I think it was $900 or something. And I turned around and put a couple months into it, food, very light show mounts, and then I turned around and sold it for like, I think I sold her for $8,000. So that's how I got really good at selling, is I did a ton of investment horses and investment ponies, and then doing that helped establish a name for myself. And then also whenever I would sell a horse or a pony, I would turn around and then invest that money back into another horse. So I got really good just from selling things. And then like I have always had something I've been doing, whether it's painting Breyer horses. I used to make little halters for Breyer horses. I mean, I have like investment portfolios that I wrote up as a teenager that I would send to people and try and get money. It was just, it's always been in me. So luckily I did not really go to college, so luckily I have that to help me out at least. So the pattern I am making right now, which is going to be this horse, is it's just called Crochet Pattern Horse US. It is by Mel's Crochet Hook. I bought the pattern off of Etsy. I know that. So it has US and UK terms, but I found the US one. So we're going to start that. So this is actually a custom that I need to have a picture of the horse open, because I'm making it look pretty much identical. So let me pull up the horse. And this one is actually a little bit close to home. This was actually my first horse that I ever owned, that I had as a kid. And earlier this year, probably like 2 or 3 months ago, we had a barn fire in Georgia that burnt down the whole barn and took 26 horses. And this horse was one of them. So it was definitely a rough time. I lost a few horses that I knew pretty well in that situation. But one of the girls who rode the horse, Babe, and leased her from me, wanted to get a custom horse done that looks like her for their mother. So that is what we are going to get started on. The coloring is a little weird on this because she had a lot of Rhone colors, a lot of white. So I think I'm going to do the base color, and then I think I will come back in and hand sew possibly some white marks. The tail is also going to be a little difficult, but I think I can get it done. Okay, so we're going to start on the head first, because I think I'm just going to embroider the white and not crochet it in. So yes, this barn fire was pretty much, the entire barn was lost, and every horse in the barn was lost as well. So 26 horses. And one of the guys who had a lot of horses in that barn had actually had a barn fire a couple years back. So it was definitely a difficult time. Yeah, let me look really quick through my Etsy and I will post this. This is my first time making it, so I could either love this pattern or hate it. It does require a good deal of sewing, so if you're not a fan of sewing, this might not be your cup of tea. I swear I just bought this. Where is it hiding? And it's not like one of the pocket horse things, because those are fairly popular. So I swear I just bought this pattern. I guess I did not just buy this pattern. Lord. I have so many patterns that I have purchased that I have not done anything with. Where are you, pattern? Scroll, scroll, scroll. We're on page 8. Has it been that long? I'm a little scared. I really have bought a lot of patterns. There's no way. Okay. Let me just look it up. I was gonna say, because there's no way. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, I will post this in the description for you. Okay, I don't know why it always loves to. Okay, there you go. I think if you click that, it should take you. Yep, should take you there. That's the one I'm gonna do. I had a few people that were gonna get customs done, and they all wanted this particular pattern. I gave them the option between like a couple different ones, and they all came back and said they wanted this one. I'm also testing out a different hook. So we're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna start off with a magic ring. No problem. I actually don't think I even have that in my description yet for my normal crochet pattern docs, because usually in my videos I have the docs that have all of the patterns, but I usually add them like as I post the video, so I don't think it's up there even yet. I have like 5 different horse patterns, so usually so when I do the doc things, usually the things that I post in those docs are things that like I feel are good patterns, not just like every pattern I buy. I have to like test it and be like, okay, this is actually a worthwhile pattern, not just to throw random patterns that I think that people should do, because there's so many patterns, so finding like the perfect one is really key. A mini horse. Huh. I don't get a ton of horse things. Like, I never take them with me to markets because I haven't really done that much. Unicorns, I take a unicorn. I've sold the last unicorn I took sold right away. But I mainly am getting these ones because with doing horses for a living, I know so many horse people. So they all are like, can I get this for like a present for my daughter, my mom? It's like, all right, no problem. I'll have to look into it. I don't do free patterns that much. I salute the people who can find like really good free patterns. I typically end up buying a majority of my patterns off Etsy. Ribbler, I'm like iffy on. I just don't think Ribbler has as good a selection. Etsy is definitely like the place to buy patterns. Okay. Acrylic yarn. It's been so long. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to do some Etsy increases. Etsy. Anytime we get into counting is when I have issues. Let's see. Mad concentration right here. Yeah, Ribbler, I hate that you have to go through the app. That's my one complaint. I do so much stuff through my like Adobe or whatever, that, and the app for whatever reason just like doesn't stay like, if whenever I reopen the tab on my computer, it scrolls all the way up to the top, and I'm like, I don't need the top. Like, I want whatever thing I was just on. I don't need the top. Okay, increase. Whenever patterns start off on the increases, it throws me off. Because I always think that I should be ending on an increase. 2. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Pretty much an open book, and if you can't tell, I can't shut up half the time, so I can talk for hours. Y'all don't know how many minutes I have to cut from videos because I just like sit there and go on La La Land talking. It's definitely not my, it's definitely my downfall. I can't be quiet half the time. Wow, crocheting with acrylic yarn after so much plush is throwing off my spidey senses. I'm going all over the place. There's nothing wrong with free patterns. I don't even want to know how much I've spent on patterns. And there's some patterns that I haven't even touched, and I'll probably never touch. So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing free ones, especially if they're good free ones. I've just had some that I'm like, it's interesting, no doubt about that. 2, 3. All right. Look, we've got this much. Sorry, we've got this much. We've got this much going on. Oh my gosh, I hate when they do these SE2 increase SE2. That means I have to use legit brain power. Okay. SE2 increase and SE2 increase. Okay. 1. The brain power is strong on this one, y'all. Yeah, I'm the same. I have like the, ever since I've been a kid, I hate silence. Like, I'm the one that if there's silent, like if I'm in a group of people and it's silent, I'll just start rapid firing. Just that awkward silence does not work well for me. So I'm always talking about some random thing. Keeps my brain going. Oh, I'm not necessarily looking forward to, oh no, Regina, baby girl, what's wrong? I just heard you meow. Regina hardly ever meows unless something is wrong. Must not be that wrong. She's not coming to me, so she must be all right. You living it up in there, Regina? I assume she's fine. I've definitely lost count of where I am in this. No! Where was I? 1, 2, 1, 2. Was this increases? What? Okay. Got it. I hate when they do these increasing things. I'm like all over the place. Help me. Help me. Okay. 1, 2. 2. Okay. Yeah, I definitely prefer the talking videos. I'm just, I'm not. Guys, I think The caffeine is getting to me. There's some people that I watch the live streams and I like calm vibes. I can't do the high energy live streams. I'm like, I like to talk, but I can't be like popping all over the place. Okay, don't lose the battle. If I can make it through this row, I'm gonna be so impressed with myself because I'm fighting for this one. Free me. Come on, don't turn off, computer. You must stay strong for me. 1, 2. Okay, I'm getting... Oh, this is depressing. I'm trying not to cry. Okay, let's try this again. 1, 2. I could smell, I knew something was wrong. My spidey senses were tingling. Okay. Full concentration. 1. I hate this. Okay. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2. Increase. We can do this. Once I get through this row, it's fine. 1, 2. 1, 2. Increase. It's when they do these back-to-back whatever thingies. 1. I lose count of this single crochets. 1. Okay, we're almost there. I guess we're gonna see if I did it right or wrong this time. 1, 2. Something is not right. Increase. Increase. 1, 2. Let's play my favorite game. Count the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 34. Hold up. Is this written wrong? Because I would be correct. Okay. I'm correct. The pattern is not correct. Because I made the right number. It just does not appear to be written super correct. But we got it done. I cannot talk. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of frogging either, but I don't like frogging acrylic doesn't bother me as much as frogging like plush yarn. Frogging plush yarn is a little too scary for me. I only like to do so many risks a day. And sometimes I get a thing of Sweet Snuggles that it will just rip. So I'm not always the biggest fan of, especially those plush yarns. It's just, they're way more tedious than acrylic. So I always, whenever people ask me about starting, I always tell them acrylic yarn. And when I started crocheting, there was a huge sale going on. And so I actually just went to the discount section of the store and bought all of the discounted yarn. And then that's what I originally started crocheting with. And then I did a little bit more acrylic. And then when I started doing markets, I switched to more like plush yarn, because most people prefer the softer plush material over an acrylic yarn. But I do find that this yarn, I love this yarn, is probably one of the softer acrylic yarns that I have found. I just hate shopping at Hobby Lobby because I think like they're pretty much the main people that carry this brand, but it is considerably softer and it's pretty much the only acrylic yarn I will now crochet in if I have a choice. Sometimes I don't. Oh Lord, we have another one of these stupid four. Well, if y'all have any questions, feel free to answer them, because I could tell you my life story, but I don't think you want my life story. Anything crochet related or life related. No matter how bad you think they are, it's not a bad question. Some of them I just might have funny answers to. Like if you ask me about college or school, that would be funny. That would be an interesting answer. We'll say that. All right. We're going to do 3 single crochets with an increase and 3 single crochets. This is what gets me right here. I'm so used to all these patterns either ending on the increase or ending on the decrease, not 3, increase 3, because my brain thinks go back to the increase, not 3, increase 3, 3, increase 3. That's why I end up always doing this stage wrong, without fail. Anything I do, I always mess up these, and I usually have to redo it again. Okay, that's one right there. Regina, I heard you meow. Where are you, Chica? I can't even see you. My favorite pattern, somebody asked me what one of my favorite plushies was to make earlier. I would tend to lean towards the cows that I make. I personally do enjoy making the cows, but I really enjoyed the mermaids that I made at the last market. I thought they were really cute. I think I didn't sell all of them. I brought 6 and I sold 3. So I thought those mermaids were really fun to make, and they were really cute, and they weren't massive, and I've tried to make a few mermaids in the past, and some of the mermaid patterns are intense. But that mermaid pattern, it's like a Little Mermaid one, or like not a Little Mermaid like the Disney, but it's like a smaller mermaid. That one was definitely the most inviting, I would say, for somebody who's never done, lost my words, never done a mermaid before. Have a good rest of the day. Yeah, I probably have to leave in a few minutes too to start fixing dinner, since I get up so early in the morning. I like to go to bed early. I'm not a party animal. So I will probably just be on here a few more minutes. Yeah, mermaids are fun. What dictates what I make is what I hear at markets. So I had heard quite a few times like, oh, I wish there was a mermaid. So that pushed me to make a mermaid. So that kind of dictates what I make, and I have it, actually, I could probably link it in the description. Let me pull it up. And this mermaid was not hard to make. I think it took me about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. It does involve some sewing, but it's just like the perfect size, and I sold them for $35. So it was just like a good size. I did mine in Sweet Snuggles, but you can certainly, or Sweet Snuggles Light. I mean, you certainly do it in other colors. But, let's see. This is the one that I did. And it's not like the pattern itself is not too crazy. It's actually on sale because everyone's doing the Black Friday sales. But it's super easy to read. Like, there's no crazy technical terms. Like I said, it really did not take that long at all. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. The most tedious process of that one is actually the hair piece, because all the tendrils and everything, that's honestly what takes the longest time, is making the hair. Parfait Chunky, yeah, I think actually the person who did the pattern, she might have actually done it in, yeah, she did it in Parfait Chunky. So Sweet Snuggles is like the easiest one for me to get. And when I started crocheting and everything, doing Sweet Snuggles, there's such a noticeable difference between Sweet Snuggles and Parfait that I've stuck with Sweet Snuggles. Maybe when I like use up the 200 skeins of yarn I have, at least, I'll look into Parfait, but I really use Parfait for like a color that I can't get in Sweet Snuggles in very limited amounts, just because there is definitely a size difference between the two of them. $41. Where? 41. 41. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. I tell you guys, every single time I have to rip one out. Without fail. Yeah, the thing that I like about this particular mermaid, I bought one mermaid pattern. The mermaids were beautiful. I mean, like, it was some big, I think, like, her mermaid patterns are, I think, fairly well known. But I bought it on Etsy. Beautiful tails. I mean, there was like 5 different options on tails or something with the pattern that I bought. And, I mean, they were gorgeous. But the tails alone just took up so much time, and they were so confusing. And I just sat there and I looked, because like some of them had like kind of like were more lacy or like had bigger gaps in them and stuff, and all I could think was, just given my previous experiences with customers and how people can be fairly rough on things, is I was just like, I could totally see someone like getting their fingers in that tail and then just ripping it, because you'd be shocked what people can do to these things. So I found this one. The tail's not complicated. It still looks cute. It's still pretty normal. I mean, it's really, your biggest stitches, like stitch count wise, is maybe in the 20s or 30s, and that's just for the head, I think. But like the arms is only like 8 stitches. The tail is like 6 at the bottom, and then it goes a little wide and then dips in. But in general, it's really easy to make. I mean, like I said, I think it takes me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I sell them for $35. And I sold quite a few of them at the last market, and people seem to like them, and they seem to be willing to pay that for, I mean, it's like this big, maybe, I think, when it was done. Granted, I do use Sweet Snuggle, so it might be a little bit smaller if you use Parfait. But still, I mean, it's just a fairly good size thing, because I think if I made the mermaids that I see in those patterns, like the one I got before, I would have to charge way more than most people would ever want to spend on a mermaid. So it's like a good in between big and too small. I would say don't do it in acrylic. I think I tried to do it in acrylic and it was tiny. So definitely would not do acrylic on it, because it will be this big, maybe 6 inches, like teeny tiny. Yeah, the pattern is on sale right now, and if I was looking for a mermaid pattern and I wanted something that was easy to work up, then that is what the pattern I would buy, especially since I do know that at least the first market I took them to, they sold. I think the only ones that didn't sell were just some colors that I don't think I did the best matching, and I should have had a little bit more variety. But I liked it. I actually enjoy making those mermaids. Now with Christmas, I feel like I'm just mainly doing customs or website orders. So I have not been able to restock them, because I have 3 on me. Unless I get a website order that wants one that I don't have, then I'll make it 3. We're gonna really try not to mess this one up. 1, 2. I will probably have to leave within a few minutes to make dinner. Food. Been up since 4:50. Have to eat. 2, 3. All right, guys. Well, actually, I think it's 5:45. I think I'll probably end the live stream here for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully my phone is better than my computer. I'm assuming the quality is better, and I also took my phone screen off, so it should be better. But hopefully my plan is to do like 2 live streams a week. One probably at the beginning of the week, and then one towards the end of the week. And I have been recording stuff for a crochet with me video, so that will be out sometime. And I'm also doing the market tomorrow, so I will have my market overview going up. It just depends. I don't foresee tomorrow being like a good market day. It's never going to be the same as my previous market day where I sold as much as I did, but I think it will hopefully I'll make $50. That's my hope. So the puppet, I don't have it upstairs, but I would say I'll probably post a preview of it tomorrow on my Instagram. So Instagram, I post a lot more of just like my daily life and like work in progress stuff. So I would check out my Instagram. It will probably be up tomorrow. Probably when I share it again, it will be almost finished. So I would say keep an eye on Instagram. Tomorrow maybe I have my market, and I'm gonna go to a big market that's a little close to me. There's like 200 something vendors there, and I'm gonna get some footage for the vlog when I go to that market. So Saturday or Sunday, that big puppet will be done, and you guys are gonna lose your mind. I think that's gonna become everyone's favorite once they see that puppet. So yeah, I hope I make that much, but I haven't been able to refill stock as much as I would like just with doing custom orders. They have been taking up all of my time now. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the night, and I'm gonna keep working away, so make sure you follow me on Instagram if you don't, because I will definitely be posting a lot more on Instagram with all these custom orders, just so people can also see what I'm working on. But have a good rest of the night. Bye. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this off. How do you turn it off on here? Oh, Lord.